Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope that this video finds you well as you are looking into social sector content. In today's topic, we're going to be talking about effective tips and strategies that you guys should consider as you're building out your marketing and communications plans. And so specifically, we're going to talk about understanding the difference between marketing and communications. We're then going to delve into how you determine your market and your area of niche. And then we're going to conclude today's video by me giving you guys some resources that are good for those that are just starting out in the marketing and communication space and you may have limited resources. And so I hope and pray that this video is helpful for you guys, and I look forward to hearing your feedback about what you're doing as you're working on your social impact projects. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start by talking about understanding the difference between marketing and communications. And a lot of people think that marketing and communications are the same, but in fact they are actually different in the strategies that we execute when we're trying to reach our target audience. And so marketing is focusing on your branding and what you want your customers or your clients to feel when they think of your brand. I want you guys to take a moment to think about one of your favorite brands and think about what you feel when you go to that particular store or that particular restaurant. Think about the colors and the logos that come to mind. Those are the things that are considered marketing tools and strategies that these different brands are using to get you guys to go to their stores or to go to their restaurants or engage in whatever activities and services that they are offering. On the other hand, communications focuses on literally how are you communicating to your target audience. Are you creating listservs where you're sending out emails? Are you engaging in monthly newsletters? Are you engaging on social media and different mediums like that where you are reaching your target audience? And as you all are beginning to think about these things, I want you guys to have fun with the process. Think about your logos. Think about the typography, which are the fonts that you want to use on your website, on your commercials, on different swag items that you produce for your clientele. That is really what's going to draw them in, and also is what's going to help your clients to remember who you are. We can talk about some of the big box brands that are global. Walmart, for example. Think about the slogan of Walmart. Think about Target. Everybody loves Target for the feel when you go in there, but a lot of people also like Target because of Starbucks. And so you see how the two can work hand in hand, these two different brands, to bring an experience that changes how a person views this specific mall or store or restaurant. For example, I love luxury stores, or I call them mid-luxury, and so I love Banana Republic. Banana Republic is one of my favorite stores to shop in, and really what I like is the quality of clothing, but I love the experience when I go in there. So when I go into the store, I'm greeted. When I'm shopping and I have a lot of clothes on my arm or in the basket, I have a customer associate that comes up and say, hey, do you want me to take these items and put them in a fitting room for you? Those are the little things that you should consider as you're engaging in your social impact work. And of course, I'm talking more so about brands that are in the marketplace, but social impact leaders should think about these things as you are engaging with the type of services and programs that you're offering. There are some nonprofits that are known for their social media engagement. So when it comes to Giving Tuesday and other forms of donating and engaging with donors, a lot of times these nonprofit leaders are engaging online and doing different challenges and things of that such, and that's one way that you can get your name out there. Customer service also goes a long way with both marketing and communication. So checking in with your clients or those that are buying your products and seeing what is it that they want to see from you guys. What is it that they're enjoying thus far, and what are some things that they would like to see change? There are so many ways that you can use marketing and communication strategies in tandem with one another to ensure that your clients or those that are buying your products are really engaging with your brand in an organic and an effective way. So now we're going to talk about how to identify your niche and your target audience. And so your niche is a specific market or an area that you are wanting to engage in to reach a specific target audience. So for example, me being on YouTube, my target audience are social sector inspirees, or those that are in the nonprofit space or are interested in transitioning to the nonprofit space, but they need foundational knowledge and understanding where to start, things to do, things to consider as they are building out effective social impact programs. I also provide faith-based content, and these are geared towards, women in particular that identify as Christians that would like to hear things around faith-based topics, so lifestyle, testimonials, and different things of that nature. Those are two different target audiences that I am attempting to reach through the medium of YouTube. It's the same thing when it comes to the type of work that you're doing in the social impact space. So if you are wanting to launch a nonprofit that focuses on domestic violence advocacy for women, that's a specific niche or an area in the social sector market that you are wanting to target. And as you are developing your branding kit, which includes your marketing and communication strategies, you want to think about how to best reach these people. So this is where you can do a SWOT analysis on your market, so understanding the strengths, the weaknesses of your market, understanding different opportunities that can arise and threats that are in your marketplace, so that you can understand what you need to consider as you're developing strategies. I also encourage you guys to think about a demographic profile. And a lot of people say a lot of different terms when it comes to identifying your demographics or your target audience, but essentially you're just wanting to develop a concise profile of who you are trying to reach. What does the day-to-day life look like for them? What are things that they're interested in? What are areas as far as in the nation that you may be in, a region that they may be? You're just figuring out what your niche is in the area of region that you want to be in, the type of audience that you are looking to cater to, and that is how you determine what your niche and your target audience is. So now that you guys have a general understanding of the difference between marketing and communications, and you are doing or you're beginning to do the proper research to determine your area of market, which is your niche area and your target audience, now we're going to talk about some general marketing and communication resources that you should have in your toolkit as you are developing your social impact programs, projects, and work. So I like to start on a basic level because I think when we are starting out as social impact leaders, we have so much on our plate. So sometimes small things that you may not be thinking about can slip through the cracks. I want you guys to have fun as you're developing your branding toolkit, because it's literally about who you are and the message that you want your organization to represent. So some things that you can consider in your toolkit can be the brand color palettes. Do you want a inviting color palette, or you want something more bold? Well, that depends on the services or programs that your organization is offering. Logos. I believe that every organization should have a logo, and it should be something that is very distinct and unique to your organization and what you guys are wanting to offer to your clientele. Do you need a slogan? Some organizations do have slogans. Typography. This is specifically the fonts that you want to use on your website, any one-pagers, any form of communications to keep all of the branding consistent. And then what are different forms of communication that your organization would like to engage in? There are a lot of different resources available now on the internet that we can use, but a lot of organizations stick to the basics, which is email, newsletters, monthly campaigns, and different things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but just making sure that your communication mediums are matching your audience. So for example, if you are engaging with older populations, you may want to stick to email or even mail in, newsletters or different things that you want your organization clients to be aware of. If you're engaging with younger populations, such as millennials or Gen Zs, they may be more adept to social media. And so you can use those social media outlets as well. But nevertheless, I encourage you guys to use social media, period. You never know who you can reach. You never know who can come across your TikTok, your YouTube, your Facebook page, LinkedIn page, whatever platforms you decide to use. The world has been connected in such a dynamic way through the internet, and I think it's beautiful that we take advantage of this. And unfortunately, a lot of social sector organizations, especially those that have been long-standing, they tend to miss out on engaging online because it isn't as traditional, if you will, as most social impact organizations are used to. And then you have to think about the type of employees that are in these organizations. So if you're not adept to social media, find somebody around you that is. There are a lot of young people that you can reach out to, maybe someone in your family, a cousin, an aunt, someone that you can trust, obviously, to help, pull together different things that you could do. You can decide to do a weekly TikTok and do like a day in the life of a nonprofit leader, just to reel in people to your organization, and then dive into some of the programs and things that you guys do day to day. So I want you guys to have fun again with this process and enjoy figuring out who you want to reach and how you want to reach them. And in the beginning, especially if you don't have a lot of resources, use what you have and be okay with making mistakes. So I'm going to share some resources that are paid. Some of them are paid and some of them are free that you guys can look into as you are developing your branding toolkit for your organization. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, don't feel overwhelmed, just start. And again, like I said in a previous section, just work with what you have. So one of my favorite websites to get inspiration from when it comes to newsletters, booklets, one-pagers, flyers, YouTube thumbnails, whatever the case may be, is Canva. Canva has a free version for those that are just wanting to play around with what they offer, but they have different fonts and color palettes and templates that you can build upon and practice engaging with. And then they have a paid version, which I believe is $14.99 a month. If you are a part of an existing organization, they do have payment options available for those specifically in a nonprofit or education space. And so you can check those out if you want to. I also encourage you guys to check out Adobe Suite if you have access to that, especially on your job. So Adobe Suite has different apps that you can use to develop and design different things. You have Premiere Pro, which is for video editing. You have Illustrator and InDesign, which you can do like one-pagers and brochures and different things like that. And that is a paid option. So if you want to look into that, you can also check that out. I will also encourage you guys to think about how you want to display your data. So a lot of times nonprofits, in my experience, they don't do the best job of communicating the impact and numbers to their stakeholders. And so you want to make sure that your data is easy to follow, easy to understand for those that may not understand what certain things mean related to your organization. And one popular platform that people use is Tableau. Tableau has a subscription that you can use to create different data tables and stuff in a colorful and engaging way. But if you want to use a traditional platform that is free, you can use Microsoft Excel, you can use Google Sheets, and those platforms allow you to develop pivot tables and different diagrams and charts related to any data that you are wanting to communicate to your audience. I will also encourage you guys to think about printing and buying different swag items. So that can be pens, that can be cups, that can be stress balls, t-shirts, anything that you want to be able to give out to your population that they can remember your organization by. You can start by checking out what is local to you. So where I am, there are a few organizations that actually specialize in printing and designing. So we just create the logo or create the branding message and we send it over to them. And for a small fee, they take care of everything else. And so I would encourage you guys to check out your local printing and design organizations around to support small businesses and large businesses that are local to you. But you can also go online. So Canva also offers printing services, which I believe are paid, and then you can check out other sites like Vistaprint, but I know right now Canva is one of the more popular ones. A lot of people don't know this, but UPS also does printing as well. So you do have to have the design and your layout and everything already in place, but they will print on different dimensions of paper and things like that. They also do laminated printing, at least at the one that is by me. Before developing and designing your website, you need to make sure that your domain name is available. So I believe that every organization should have a landing page or have a web page of some sort, even if you aren't fully finished with designing your website. You need to make sure that there is something that your clients can go to so that they can check out what you are working on or working towards, especially if you have officially launched as a official organization. So that's also something that you should think about. Weebly, Squarespace, Wix are different platforms that you can design and develop your website, and then you have domain platforms like GoDaddy where you can actually go and see if your domain name is available, and then those websites will host your domain name at a monthly price that you would have to pay. Alright guys, so I hope this video was helpful in giving you guys some foundational knowledge and understanding about how to understand the difference between marketing and communication, understanding how to identify your niche area and your target audience, and then thinking about different resources and things you may need as you are beginning to develop your branding toolkit. And if there are any specific things that you guys want me to cover and go into more detail about around different resources that are available that may be paid or may be free, or if there are any specific things that I highlighted regarding your branding that you would like me to discuss and cover more in detail in another video, I am more than happy to. But I hope and pray that you guys are well, and until next time, try to make the world a better place today.